Good afternoon, councillors, members of the public, welcome along, officers. I declare this meeting open, and in doing so I acknowledge this is Wardandi Noongar Budja, and I pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. I just want to welcome school children from Cathedral Grammar, is it? I even got a wave from one. Mums and dads, mainly mums, welcome along to everybody. Great to see you all here. Under announcements, let me start with the bushfires on the East Coast. I think we're all aware that it's described as being catastrophic over there at the moment, and we do have volunteers from the Bunbury Bushfire Volunteer Brigade over there assisting with the fires, so I commend all of those. The Deputy Mayor, the CEO and I, under our policy, have got the authority, providing it's a unanimous decision, to make a donation to the bushfire appeal from our, we have a reserve fund which has an amount of money in there. So we'll just wait and see what appeals are launched before we consider that. But I just wanted to make mention of our volleys over there, and our hearts and prayers go out to those people who have lost significantly, including life. On another not so sombre issue is the Relay for Life. We received this presentation from Ben Andrew and the Relay for Life Committee. We also received on Friday night a small gift, if you like, a plaque from SWAS, Southwest Academy of Sport, commemorating the City of Bunbury's 10 years constant support of that organisation. And really coming down in the priority of matters is my fuel cost for the period was $76.06 and tea bags of $15. Thank you. Councillor Steck is on leave. Everybody else is here. Good to see everybody here. Councillors, are there any declarations of interest? Thank you. Can I have someone move confirmation of the previous council meeting? Councillor Steele, Councillor McCleary, all in favour? That's carried unanimously, thank you. Are there any petitions, councillors? Thank you. Method of dealing with the agenda tonight. What I'll do, I'll read out the items which haven't been pulled out for further discussion. So these are the ones that we're not going to discuss unless someone wants to discuss them. 10.3.1, 10.4.1 and 10.5.1. Does anybody wish any of those three to be further discussed? If not, can I have someone move those three items en bloc? Councillor Hayward, Councillor Brown, all in favour? That's carried unanimously, thank you. 10.2.1 requires an absolute majority. Can I have someone move the executive recommendation? Councillor McGuell, Councillor Giles, any debate? I'll put it all in favour. It's carried unanimously, thank you. Council meeting schedule. The report offers two options. The executive recommendation is to go to a 3-weekly cycle. Can I invite someone to move the executive recommendation? Councillor Giles, seconder. Councillor Kozisek. There will be debate, Councillor Giles, so off you go.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. I think the executive recommendation has been explained very well by the notes here on our agenda. I think on my time in council before, previously, and the short time I've been back, the agendas have been very short, and I think it's a good move to use our time more wisely than to have 10-minute meetings when we could be discussing things in greater length and having some more input from staff and other people. So I think we should go to a 3-weekly cycle.
Councillor Kozisek.
I actually agree with Wendley totally.
Councillor Giles.
I've been here.
You agree with Councillor Giles entirely?
My apologies, I'm new at this. In the short time that I've been here, although there's been an awful lot to learn, there have been on occasions very short meetings, and I feel that we would greatly benefit from having more discussion in other areas than sitting here. The 3-weekly term, I think, would be an excellent option.
Okay. Councillor Hayward, speak against.
Councillors, I would urge you not to support I urge you not to support this motion. One of the things that we have our ability as councillors that is unique to all of us sitting here is the opportunity to actually make a decision. Now, we have very few meetings where we can actually make those decisions, and by reducing those numbers ultimately does reduce our opportunities to make a decision about something, and I think that that's not in our interest. I don't think that's in the interest of councillors at all. I also think that it's moving away from being productive. Whilst I accept we have shorter meetings now, and that's definitely true, it's not more productive to have longer meetings, because there are already opportunities for councillors to get together and have other more strategic discussions that are not attended by all councillors. And I understand that they won't be compulsory. So we're in a situation where ultimately all we're doing is protracting out the duration between our meetings, which I think is inefficient. If you're a person in business and you're doing business with the council and for whatever reason you don't get your form in on time, you then have to wait another 3 weeks. If there's a hold up with that for some other reason that was not foreseen, it's now 6 weeks. And I think that these things are just inefficient. I don't think that they help our community. I don't think they serve I don't think our community is served better. I think it's admirable that people want to have more strategic meetings, and I would certainly support that. But I think there's a way to do that without having to change our meeting schedule. So I'd really urge you to reject this and to back the alternative recommendation of the status quo. Thank you.
Speaker 4. Okay, Councillor Giles, close.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Certainly, I think it's one of the things that worries me is that as soon as we finish this meeting tonight, the council staff have to work on next week's agenda or briefing agenda, which has to be out by Friday. So it's a very, very short time turnaround. So if something comes up at this meeting that we postpone or put something on the table and postpone it, it's a very quick turnaround for the staff to get that organised. And I think we would, as far as decision making is concerned, I think our decisions would be more considered if we had more time to ask the questions, to get the information and to think about it. So I would thoroughly recommend that we support the motion.
I'll put it all in favour, please indicate. Those against? That's lost. Those 4 were Councillors Kozisek, Giles and... No? Were the 3 of you? Steele. The rest were against. The alternative is 2 weeks. Councillor Hayward, retrain the status quo.
I second that.
Councillor McCleary. Councillor Hayward, do you wish to speak? Councillor McCleary? I think, is there going to be any further debate? I'll put it all in favour. Those against? 2 against, that's carried. Councillor 3, Councillor Kozisek, Giles and Steele were against, the rest were for. So we continue as we are. We move to 10.3.3. Councillor Steele, did you wish to defer this matter?
Yes, I'd like to lay this on the table for 2 rounds, but that'll probably be till next year. So if we could lay this on the table. Reason being, at our last Roadwise committee, we were talking about evolving this committee to not just include Roadwise, but to other factors of that will concern our city. So I'll just ask that we can lay this on the table, please.
So that'll probably be, looking at our meeting schedule, might not be until January, Mr Galinsky, CEO. Is there a seconder to that? Councillor Smith, is there any need for debate? I'll put it all in favour. That's carried unanimously. Okay, International Relations Committee. We have 2 nominations, being Councillor Brown and Smith. Can I have some... Is there any further nominations? I beg your pardon. Can I have someone move that Councillors Brown and Smith be appointed? Councillor Hayward, Councillor McCleary. All in favour? That's carried unanimously. Thank you. Membership of YAC. Councillors, these are all non-voting.
I'm happy to withdraw anyway, Mr.
You're withdrawing, thank you. So we have Councillors Turner and Plum. Are there any further nominations? Can I have someone move that they be appointed to this YAC, please? Councillor McCleary, Councillor Brown. All in favour? That's carried unanimously, thank you. The Heritage Advisory Committee, we have 2 nominations, being Councillor Brown and Smith. Are there any further nominations? Can someone move that they be appointed, please? Councillor Giles, Councillor Miguel. All in favour? That's carried unanimously too. Thank you. Excuse me, the Disability Access and Inclusion Committee, we have Councillor Turner nominating. Any further nominations? Can someone move Councillor Turner be appointed? Councillor Smith? Councillor McCleary, all in favour? That's carried unanimously, thank you. So, the Bunbury Event Advisory Group, we have 4 nominations for 2 members, I believe. Well, there's 3, Mr. CEO.
Yeah, 3, Mr. Mayor. And in 2017, there were 3 elected members appointed to that committee, although the terms of reference weren't changed. So currently the terms of reference still indicate 2 elected members, but it's up to council to determine if you'd like to have more elected members on that group than the current number.
So at present, councillors, it's showing 2 vacancies, but I'm prepared to push that out to a 3rd member. And we have 4 nominations. Are there any further nominations before we deal with this?
No, Mr. Mayor. May I ask a question?
Sure, Councillor Giles.
Mr. Mayor, I'd really like to defer this because I really think the Bunbury Event Advisory Group is such an important group that I wanted to have a further discussion about its status as an advisory group. I think it should be a working committee of council.
So you wish to defer this for how long, Councillor Giles?
1 round?
1 round to consider whether it should be a standing committee.
Yes, correct.
Is there a seconder to that? Councillor Plum. Any debate?
So, just to clarify, this is just dealing with this particular item, because obviously the council have got a number of items on in this executive recommendation.
This is just dealing with the Bunbury Event Advisory Group. Yeah, I'm dealing with these individually. Sorry, I should have made that clear. This is the BAG. Anyone wish to speak against that? So it's deferred for 1 round to have that consideration. Okay. Someone second it? It did, yeah. Chris, Councillor Plum? No, against? I'll put it all in favour. That's carried unanimously, thank you. We go to the Community Funding Panel. We have 3 nominations there for 3 vacancies. Any further nominations? Someone prepared to move those 3 councillors be appointed? Councillor Brown and Councillor McCleary, all in favour? That's carried, thank you. The Arts Funding Grant, Arts Development Grant Funding Panel, excuse me, we have Councillor Steele and Councillor Kozisek. Any further nominations? Councillor Smith adds a name to that group. Any further nominations? Can someone move that Councillor Steele, Kozisek and Smith be appointed? Councillor Giles, seconder. Councillor Brown, all in favour? That's carried unanimously, thank you. The Innovation and Technology Advisory Group, we have 3 nominations. Any further nominations? Someone prepared to move those 3 councillors be appointed? Councillor Smith, Councillor Giles, all those in favour? That's carried unanimously, thank you. The Racecourse LAP Project Steering Committee, Councillors Yip and Miguel have nominated. Any further nominations? Someone prepared to move those councillors be appointed? Councillor Turner, Councillor Giles, all in favour? That's carried unanimously, thank you. So we now go to the external committees, and there are a number of these. The Bunbury Harvey Regional Council.
Mr. Mayor, I just don't know if we have to move that point 1 as well. I was probably being picky, but move that we disband in the asset working group. I think we sort of skimmed over it.
Thank you, Councillor Miguel. Is there a seconder? Point 1. I did overlook it. Councillor McCleary, all in favour? That's carried unanimously, thank you. Okay, Bunbury Harvey Regional Council. Councillors, there are three, according to the Constitution, there are three members of council that can be appointed to that Bunbury Harvey Regional Council. I just want to make the point it is very complex. It's very complex, and they're dealing with some very strategic matters at the moment. We have councillors Turner, McGuell, McCleary and Smith who have nominated. Are there any further nominations? So what I'd like you to do, councillors, is with your voting slips, just tick the name of three elected members you wish to be appointed to that council. Yep. Yep. Oh. Here you go. Just turn on the back of that. Sorry, mate. I'll put them here. You can sort them.
Councillors McGuell, Turner and Smith duly elected.
So can I have someone move that way, please? Someone move that. Thank you, Councillor Giles. Seconder. Councillor Brown. So Councillor McCreary, would you be prepared to be the proxy? No? Okay. All in favour? That's carried unanimously, thank you. The Bunbury Local Emergency Management Committee. It's not necessary for councillors to be on all these committees, but there is a vacancy there. Does anybody want to do that?
I'll nominate that one, thank you.
Councillor Giles. Anyone else?
I'm going to be proxy.
Proxy, Councillor Steele. Thank you. Someone move that way. Councillor Giles and with proxy, Councillor Steele. Councillor Yip and Councillor Brown. All in favour? It's carried unanimously. Thank you. Bunbury Theatre, Regional Theatre Incorporated, Councillor Yip has nominated. Any further nominations? Someone move that way, please. Councillor Miguel, Councillor Kozisek, all in favour? That's carried, thank you. And Councillor Yip, if you need a proxy, we'll have all elected members appointed as proxy to all these. Southwest Country Zone of Welga, Councillor Smith has nominated with Councillor Brown as the proxy. Anyone else? Someone move that way. Thank you, Councillor Giles. Second, Councillor Miguel. All in favour? That's carried unanimously. Thank you. Bunbury Alcohol Accord, Councillor Hayward has nominated. Anyone else? You as proxy. Thank you. Anybody else wish to nominate? Can someone move that way then? Councillor Miguel, Councillor Turner, all in favour? That's carried unanimously, thank you. The Bunbury Geographic Seniors and Community Centre, we have 2 nominations there. Anyone else wish to nominate? So again, councillors, would you just fill out your voting slip for who you would like on that committee?
Put an alphabetical order, please. First name, not surname.
Councillor Smith, can someone move that way? Councillor Smith be appointed. Councillor Miguel, Councillor Kozisek, all in favour? That's carried unanimously, thank you. Bunbury Port Community Liaison Committee, we have 2 nominations there. Councillor Steck and Councillor Brown, the CEO, has offered to be proxy. Any further nominations to that committee? You withdraw, Councillor Brown? Councillor Smith? You're a community member, but you're not representing the City of Bunbury. That's fine. So no further nominations? Councillor Steele?
No, I just want to question, I'm just wondering why Councillor Brown wouldn't be the proxy, why the CEO gets a Guernsey over a councillor.
Well, I think the CEO probably might. Do you wish to be, Councillor Brown, do you wish to be a proxy? Are there any further nominations to the actual committee? Can someone move that Councillor Steck be appointed? Councillor Giles, Councillor Turner, all in favour? That's carried unanimously, thank you. Dolphin Discovery Centre Management Committee, Councillor Brown has nominated. Anyone else? Someone move that Councillor Brown be appointed. Councillor Smith, Councillor Turner, all in favour? That's carried unanimously, thank you. Hands over working group. We have Councillors Brown, Turner, Hayward and Steele. Anybody else? Someone move that way, please. Councillor Yip, Councillor Giles, all in favour? That's carried unanimously, thank you. Morrissey Homestead, we have no nominations. Anybody want to do that?
Excuse me, Mr. Mayor, I have been the current nominee. I was hoping that you'd been on that, but until someone else wants to put their hand up, I think we should be represented, so I'm willing to continue if no one else wants to.
Anybody else?
Excuse me, Mr. Mayor. I was just going to recommend Karen Turner. She said she was really interested.
Yeah, I am. It's just that retirement means not working.
So we have Councillor Smith as the nominee. Perhaps you might like to be the proxy. Can someone move that Councillor Smith be appointed and Councillor Turner as her proxy? Thank you, Councillor McGwell. Councillor Brown, all in favour? It's carried unanimously, thank you. Parent Naturalist Partnership, Councillor Smith is nominated. Anybody else? Someone move that way. Councillor McGwell, Councillor Brown, all in favour? That's carried unanimously, thank you. Southwest Regional Road Group, Councillor Hayward is nominated. Anyone else? Someone, yep, Councillor Hayward, Councillor Turner, all in favour? That's carried unanimously. Southwest Women's Health Information Centre Committee, Councillor Steck is nominated. Anybody else?
I'm already on the committee, have to be a proxy.
As a community member?
I nominate Councillor Giles.
Unfortunately, it means at a time that I can't make it.
Nominate, okay. Anyone else? So, councillors, again, refer to your voting slips. Councillor Steck or Councillor Steele. It's a handy little box you've got there. Just for the interests of the students, while this voting is going on, we do this once every 2 years. So all these committees and advisory groups, they're seeking councillor representation or City of Bunbury representation on them. So this process happens after each election, each local government election, which occurs every 2 years. So that's what we're doing tonight. I'm sorry it's a bit boring for you, but it's in the same time, it's also democracy at work. So, can someone move that Councillor Steele be appointed as the rep with Councillor Turner as the proxy, please? Councillor Kozisek, Councillor Giles, all in favour? That's carried unanimously, thank you. Southern Joint Development Assessment Panel. Now, this is appointed by the Minister. Councillor McCleary and Councillor Steck are already there. You're the member. Councillor Murray was... And then I was a deputy, and I think Councillor Steck was a deputy. Okay, so we can put these three names, we can put two names up, and then it's up to the Minister to point who the Minister wants, and the others can be the deputies. So again, hit your voting slips, councillors. We want two names of those three, and then we'll put the others as the proxies. Two deputies. Yes. I'm happy to be a proxy as well, if no one else is. Right.
So we will need
Oh, well, we'll just put it...
We need 2 members and 2 deputy
Yep.
members.
Yep. I'll get to the deputies shortly. Do you want me to fold them for you? Yeah, okay. You got the one on the bottom there? You got the thread, good. Okay. Okay, can I have someone move that councillors McCleary and Brown be appointed as members and councillor Steck and myself be the 2 proxies? Councillor Steele, councillor Turner, all in favour? That's carried unanimously, thank you. South 32 liaison, we have councillor Brown's nominated for that. Anybody else? Can someone move? Councillor McGwell moves, councillor Steele seconds. You're going to be proxy? Yeah. Do you want to second that, Councillor Brown? No, I'll get somebody else to second it. Councillor Yip. So, Councillor Brown will be the member and Councillor Steele will be the proxy. All in favour? That's carried unanimously. Thank you very much. The Bunbury Geographic Economic Alliance, someone move that I'm the member and Councillor Brown is a proxy. Councillor Yip, Councillor Hayward, all in favour? That's carried unanimously. Thank you. Okay, how are we going there, Greg?
Sorry, there are some in here, Mr Mayor, that are noted. So you've done the individual ones where so we just pick up the balance of the ones that are noted.
Righto, let's go through this.
Number 6.
So, okay, councillors, going back to on your screen now, reference number 6. Councillor notes that. Can someone move that you note it? Councillor McGwill, seconder. Councillor Brown, all in favour? That's carried unanimously, thank you. Number 9, that we note that. Someone prepared to move. Councillor McGwill, seconder. Councillor McCleary, all in favour? That's carried unanimously, thank you. Number 14, someone moved that you note that. We note that. Councillor McGwill, Councillor Plum, all in favour? Carried unanimously, thank you. Number 18, just for noting again, that's all ministerial appointments. Councillor McGwell, Councillor Giles, all in favour?
21.
That's carried. 21, Councillor McGwell moves, Councillor Giles seconds, all in favour? That's carried unanimously. Thank you very much. Councillors, thanks very much for your attendance tonight. Thank you, members of the public. I hope you enjoyed that as much as we all did. Thank you, officers. I declare this meeting closed at 6:04 p.m.